Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and today I am going to be reviewing the Air Zoom UNVRS by Nike. So this shoe features Fly Ease technology, which is developed for people, who have disabilities, who can't really tie their shoes on. They need some type of other way to put on a shoe or an easier way. This shoe goes for $160, $10 more than the KD12, and I believe $20 cheaper than the Alpha Dunk. I think the Alpha Dunk was $180. Which I believe this has more tech than the Alpha Dunk, but then it's actually $20 cheaper. So I feel like this is a pretty good price. You're getting Nike's best tech for only $160, which is kind of crazy. So if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box, but let's get it started off with the traction. So the traction features, I guess, half circles or nodules, and it's a very, very soft rubber, like super pliable, and it has me worried that it wouldn't be very durable, especially coming from the 0.2. The 0.2 had thicker, bigger circles, and that wasn't very durable. So just watch out for the durability there, especially for outdoor use, but I don't really have any type of ripping off. Oh no, I have a little bit here on the edges. Just a little bit, but that usually happens for most Nike shoes. As far as performance on a clean court goes, it's really good. It has a nice little stop to it. I wouldn't say the hardest bite. One thing about the shoe is that it's very, very silent. There's absolutely no squeak to it, which kind of sucks. I like to have a little bit of squeak. Once you break it in a little bit, it squeaks sometimes, but usually it didn't for me. And also for dust, it doesn't pick up any dust. I really never had to wipe. It was still good, but the only thing that sucked about this traction pattern was that, like, when I tried to stop really hard, it did slide out, and not like crazy, but just a little bit, so just watch out if you're doing really hard lateral movements. It'll probably slide out just a little bit, and also watch out for durability. But other than that, everything about this traction was really good. As far as the heel to toe transition goes, heel to toe transition is very, very smooth. You have a nice curved shape here in the heel. It kind of sucks because the rubber does come up all the way in the back of the heel, so it doesn't allow for a lot of compression. But this rounded shape in the heel makes it feel a lot smoother than if it was just a 90-degree angle. So it's not clunky really at all. And then there is a nice curved shape here in the forefoot, and it's super flexible as well. So heel to toe transition, super smooth. Alright, moving on to the cushion. That's probably one of my favorite parts about this shoe. So on the tech specs on Nike's site, they don't call it Zoom Strobel. They just call it a full-length Zoom unit stitched to the shoe, which is kind of weird. The only time they call it Zoom Strobel is in the KD12s, which is very interesting. So I guess they're not calling it, but it's basically the same exact unit. It feels so nice. It's very comfortable, bouncy. It's just the right amount of bounce for me. Impact protection seems good as well, and the core feel is really, really good. I would say even better than the KD12s. Also, in the KD12s, it was caged, right? This foam is not caged. It's pretty much exposed besides, here in the back of the heel. And the foam, I feel like, is pretty soft as well. So Nike calls it a lightweight, resilient foam midsole. And they describe the PG3 cushion like that as well. So maybe it's pretty similar to the PG3 foam. I'm not sure, but it's still pretty soft. A lot softer than Phylon feels, So this cushion setup is incredible. One of my favorite cushion setups of the year. And whoever designed this, I love you, because this is exactly what I wanted in the KD12. The KD12 is super nice still, but I was like, if you uncaged it, made it a little bit lower to the ground and all that, it would be a lot nicer. So that's what they did exactly, and this fits my needs perfectly in what I like to have in the cushion setup. So cushion setup is incredible. As far as the materials go, so the materials, they're using a re-engineered Flyknit material, and that's what Nike said. And it's basically the same exact material that's used in the Alpha Dunk. I mean, it's kind of flimsy feeling. Like kind of doesn't hold its own shape. If you push it, it just stays like that, which is kind of weird. But then it conforms to your foot pretty well. It's soft. When you put it on, like at first it was a little stiff, right? But once you break it in, it feels like a sock. It feels like you're wearing a literal sock, and it's really, really comfortable. And usually, for me, material or upper isn't a huge deal as long as it's thin, it's supportive, and it conforms to my foot pretty well, right? So usually I'm like, materials, it's okay, you know, it's good, it gets the job done. But then this material, like as for the CP3.12 for me, is just so nice that it just makes the shoes so much better because the material is so nice, right? So it feels incredible. It's not super stretchy though. I guess they do add a little bit of stretch here where the tongue's supposed to be, but other than that, there's really no stretch to it. It's a thin material, but then they have these little dimples or these raised points in the material, so it makes it feel a little bit thicker and puffier than it should, in my opinion. So I don't like that as much, but you know, it's overall material, it's quality, it feels incredible on foot, and I love it. So there's that. As far as the fit goes, go true to size, but then it's pretty damn tight, you know, but it does stretch out. So like when I got it at first, I was like, ooh, this is a little uncomfortable. It's pretty snug, but like once I broke it in, it stretched out a little bit and it fits my foot perfectly. I love the way it fits right now. It's slightly narrow, really snug in the toe box area, and then lengthwise I went true to size. So fit for me was incredible. And of course you do have this Fly Ease technology, so let's go over that. And it's very innovative, you know, it's pretty quick, I would say, you know. So what you do is you unstrap the strap, you pull this flap down, and then it's magnetized here, so it clicks to this, you know, it stays down, you slide your foot in. Very easy to do. At first it's a little hard actually, but like once you know, break in the material, break in the shoe, it gets a lot easier. And then, you know, you put this flap back up and then you tighten this, I guess I would just call it a fly wire cable, because that's what it kind of reminds me of, and it really cranks down here in the midfoot area. You can really tighten that up, and then you strap it up and you're good to go. Super easy, very convenient. Sometimes I don't like, you know, when companies try to innovate too much and they try to change it up and you're like, what the heck's going on? But I really like the system. It works, it's easy, it's fast. So yeah, this Fly Ease technology with this strap is really, really good. As far as support and lockdown goes, so support and lockdown as far as lateral containment was really good. This Flyknit material is really supportive, so I didn't have any issues with my foot, you know, going out of the footbed or anything. So I was locked in for that. As far as heel slippage, so I said in my first impressions I was experiencing a little bit of heel slippage, and I still kind of do. This flap is literally just a flat like this. There's not a lot of curve to it. Most shoes have kind of like a cupping here, you know, there's a little bit of foam or a little bit of material and it kind of caves in a little bit in most shoes. This shoe goes directly down, so I felt a little bit of, you know, heel slippage, but like once I broke in the shoe, I didn't experience it as much, but it didn't feel like my heel was crazy locked down either. And also one thing that I figured out, if I strap the strap here a little bit higher and then push this flap in and then strap this down all the way here up top like that, then it helped with the heel slippage as well. So for me, it wasn't a huge deal. Alright, as far as the weight goes, it's 12.98 ounces, so 13 ounces. That's actually kind of heavy. I would say a little bit heavier than normal. Average weight for me is like around 12.5 ounces. So 0.5 ounces, like heavier than normal, is not a huge deal. And does it feel heavy? No, not really. It feels like, it doesn't feel like the most minimal or lightest shoe ever, but definitely doesn't feel bulky or heavy. And also I felt fast playing in this shoe. The traction's good, cushion is incredible, support in the lockdown is still good, and fit was great for me. So I felt fast playing in this. As far as casual use goes, probably one of the most comfortable basketball shoes that you can get just to casually walk around into. You know, the zoom unit is so comfortable, and the materials, it feels like a sock. So I really, really like the shoe. As far as durability goes, I mean, besides the outsole, everything else seems quality. Fly wire cables or these laces are pretty thick. It doesn't seem like it's gonna rip or anything or snap, and the materials feel very well made. So durability seems good besides the outsole. Just don't play with the shoe outside. As far as the ventilation goes, this shoe is pretty damn warm. Moving on to the aesthetics, I like these. It grew on me. I would have liked a little swoosh here on the lateral side or something, but other than that, it's a pretty good looking shoe in my opinion. I got a lot of compliments. They're like, ooh, those are actually kind of cool. And they were intrigued by this little strap and lace system. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. But for $160, I mean, okay, so just naming the tech that Nike uses in this. A very nice foam midsole, which they don't specify, but it's nice. The zoom unit, full length zoom for that matter, is, you know, probably Nike's best tech. They're using a re-engineered Flyknit, and they're using a new Fly Ease system, and all of this is 160 bucks. You know, I don't know why the Alpha Dunk was 180 and the LeBron 17 is 100, or like some of the colors are like even 200 bucks, which is insane. So for the price, the tech that you're getting is incredible. Just for a casual shoe, walking around in it, super comfortable. If you're just gonna casually walk around, just get this, you know what I'm saying? And then for basketball, it performs really, really well. The only thing I kind of didn't like is the traction on very hard stops. You know, like it would slide out just a little bit on very hard stops. But other than that, I love everything about the shoe. So it's 100% recommended, and I want you guys to try it out. This is a really nice shoe. So if you guys want to get it, I'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.